Hello guys, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to talk about network devices. Okay, so I'm going to go over the different network hardware devices there are that you'll come across. You know what I'm saying? So let's begin. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a hub. It's one of the hubs, one of the first devices to connect networks together. They're often called multi-port repeaters. They're known as non-intelligent devices um, because when a signal because no, so basically no intelligent in where signals are transmitted. So if a packet gets sent to a hub, it forwards onto all the devices, all the computers that are connected to it. It operates a half duplex. It's less efficient as traffic increases. It communicates at 10 to 100 megabytes per second, and it's now considered a legacy device. Okay, so the second device I'm going to talk about is a switch. This is what a switch looks like. These are the big switches that go into a patch panel. There's smaller ones as well, probably here. I can't find it, but yeah. So let's talk about this. Instead of hubs, we use switches to connect networks together now. Sometimes you have switches with routing capabilities. This is referred to as layer 3 switch or layer 3 switch. Switches are more intelligent hubs and can analyze traffic info on a network and determine where should the information go on a network or interface on the switch. The forwarding decision is done on app by ASIC, application specific integrated circuit. Ports on a switch can differentiate on a switch from four for a home network and hundreds on the enterprise network. Varies in size depending on the intended use. Like I said, it's more intelligent than a hub. It forwards traffic to the right interface based on destination. So routers, if you're communicating, so routers used to route traffic from one subnet to another, makes forwarding decisions based on destination IP, uses routing table inside the device, connects multiple types of networks together. For example, a LAN and a WAN connected in the same router. A router inside of a switch is called a layer 3 switch. Okay, so that's a router. Access point. An access point, a wireless router is a WAP, wireless access point, router in one. Okay, bridge that connects wired and wireless networks. It has smart forwarding of traffic. So cable and DSL modem. So cable and DSL modem stands for modular modulator. Converts signal between analog and digital. First use standard phone line. Dial up for going back 15 years, 15, 16 years, 20 years. Some cable DSL modems are still being used today. Firewalls on router or dedicated hardware filters traffic by port numbers, can also filter by application, and your local computer also has a firewall. Network interface card, or NIC for short, connecting a device to the network. Smartphones also contains a NIC, but it's smaller. But these are how you have those Ethernet cables that plug into your computer, desktop computer or laptop. That's a NIC, goes into a NIC. And NIC has its own unique MAC address. repeater. There is maximum usage length depending on the cable, 10, 100, 1000 megabytes per second to max 100 meters. A repeater allows a signal to go further, regenerates the signal. So if you have short cables, you can use a repeater to, extend the connection. Bridge basically connects different networks together. Nowadays, bridges are hardly used. I've never used them, but they're hardly used. I've never seen them being used anymore. But all of them are incorporated into switches now. Patch panel. It looks similar to this, like, it has a network rack like this. These are patch panels. So patch panels are used for larger networks, like at work or something. You'll have a network room. Endpoint for connecting from a person's desk to the switch router. Okay, contains no intelligent circuitry, so it's merely just connecting your computer to a switch and router. Okay. Cloud-based network controllers. Cloud service interface for managing networking hardware. So if you work remotely, and your systems admin, it gives you the capabilities to manage networking hardware remotely. Remote management for one or multiple locations. So you can be sat here, from your comfort of your home, you can manage your network hardware in another city altogether from where you're based. It gives you that capability. So another one is power, Ethernet over power, EOP, also named Power Line Communication PLC, transmits network connection through power lines already in the building, useful when you cannot run cables or wireless. 500 megabytes per second, usually lower. So in a place where difficulty, getting internet and stuff, Ethernet over power, you can have one of these installed, and you'll get internet connection to the wall socket. Power over Ethernet. Sending power over an Ethernet connection, common for security cameras, voice over IP telephones. Capability often found in switch. Power over Ethernet injector can add capability, would be placed between switch and end device. So these are some of the network devices, hardware devices that I wanted to go over. Briefly touched on it, because in the future I'm going to make even more videos, but this is the videos I'm making right now is just me merely introducing these things to you, and I'm going to do it step by step. So I don't want to overwhelm you. This is for beginners, So I'm just introducing these things so you understand what they are, and then in a later video I'll go over exactly what each thing does. In more detail. So I hope I've explained everything right, and thank you for subscribing to my channel so far. I really appreciate that, and continue. I appreciate the continued support, and hopefully you've learned something from these videos so far, and hopefully I've explained it to you properly. And thank you. Bye.